course it will have more impact that way. And it's to make a structure, to give more power and muscle to campaigns when it needs the involvement of many organizations or where such agreement exists. Another aim was to provide a coherent and streamlined media civil society counterpart for the African Union. That was a straightforward aim of establishing the African Forum. But another reason why I say, why can't you just do the same thing? Another one was to effectively map and provide a database of media civil society organizations and resources in sub-Saharan Africa. Frankly, we're not going to stick to the sub-Saharan thing. We are quite definitely going to deal with the continental thing, okay? As colleagues have argued to me in the past, let's not make more divisions in Africa. Let's try to overcome our divisions both geographically. It's as somebody said, you know, we shouldn't be talking about the Arab Spring, we must talk about the African Spring. Some of our African countries have just had a spring. They are part of us. We should be part of them. Yeah. We can take pride in what they do just as they can take pride in us. Okay? We want to explore best practices in African Forum, and we want to provide an African regional platform and voice for international engagement with other regions, in the first instance through the Global Forum, but also in relation to other international development organizations, governmental and non-governmental. But yes, I'm not going to go into more. These were the most important aims that we were seeking to achieve when we established the African Forum for Media Development. And it sounds just like the network to me. Every time I read these documents that go back to 2008, it sounds just like the network. And I think I've illustrated it well enough. That does not mean that there are not arguments to be made for a separate network. Possible. That doesn't mean those arguments don't exist. So those who want to make those arguments, please, by all means, make the argument. Let's sort of hear. I'll tell you what one of those arguments could be. I don't like making that because I have a point of view. I want to be the AFNP, but let me be honest intellectually. Let's say the network becomes too controlled by the African Union, or it starts being used in a way with which some of us have too many problems. Let's say we think it's, in fact, not trying to promote free and independent media, but it's trying to control the media or manipulate the media through the network, for instance. If the network starts doing problematic things, then, well, I want to allow the African Forum for those things to be done to the African Forum, okay? It's an organization I would protect, which means I would instantly have a fight. And many of you, I know, would say, have it with me and lead the fight against such behavior of the African Union. And at that moment, we would not want to be associated with the African Union. That could be an argument for why we keep the African Forum separate. It could be. That could be one of the arguments. It's one we must think about. I would prefer the African Forum to be the network because I think that the strategic cooperation for the first time, or the possibility of it, is so important that we can safeguard the African Forum as well. We can have a tumultuous but successful relationship. I think it is possible. I think as Africans we need to start going there. We can't not speak to our governments. We can't not engage with them. We need engagement to make things better. We can't just fight each other with statements from meetings. We have to sit down, we have to speak, we have to sit at tables together, we have to also persuade each other. Some new tactics are also necessary. We should be going into that phase. So, yeah. But there are dangers, and I've pointed out some of them. So, I'm going to ask my colleague Gabriel to come back here, and people who want to respond and react, he can chair. And Gabriel, he speaks both French and English, by the way, so he's a very good chair in overcoming some of the language barriers. Thank you.